யாராவது பேசுங்க. Okay. So am I audible? Right. Good. So, namaste. Good morning. So let us sit straight for the prayer and then we start the discussion and practice for the day. Push your hip in the front. Relax your shoulders and hands. Listen to this moment. The rhythm of the breathing. Relaxing the 6 points. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavagai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. So last class, we were exploring the process of familiarizing ourselves with the field of consciousness. We scanned our body from bottom to top and then felt each part. And we also noticed how we feel, what kind of a feeling response we get when we are placing our attention in a part of our body. So depending upon which part of the body we pay attention to, based on the different subtle factors, psychological factors, emotional factors, stress factors, different psychosomatic factors, right? So based on the different psychosomatic factors, the inner response that comes when we focus on a body part changes. So the quality of the inner response that comes automatically the moment you place your attention on a body part changes. Now that becomes a gateway for, I don't want to call it self-transformation. I would say that becomes a gateway for us to change something that might require changing. So that will help us to reorient our attitude. That helps us to become aware of any disharmony that may be inside with respect to that part of the body or with respect to the psychological states associated with that part of the body. For example, I said, feel your hands. You know, this is something very easy. You feel your hands, and then when the moment you feel your hand, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing further. The moment you feel your hands, maybe gently close and open them and feel that ability to grasp, that ability to do something. Maybe you close your fist and see, you know, when we say, I can do it, we say like this, I can do it. So why do we do that? Because me having control or mastery over a situation is psychologically associated with my hands, my grabbing, right? So even when you say, when you understand something and you are able to get it and hold it in your mind, we say, I have a grasp of the situation. Grasp is connection with hand. So similarly, we have for every part of the body. So when we do this with the hand, we can feel that attitude coming forth, that aspect of our individuality that is connected with manifesting. The part of us connected with the active self, that is connected with getting things done, that is connected with achievement, that is connected with having a hold on situations, all of those things. Even at the psychological level, all that is associated with the prana and the consciousness and the aspect of the mind that is connected with the hand. So they are wired together. So when we try to feel that, we see how we feel about it. Do you feel confident? Or do I feel weak? Do I feel doubtful? Like this, you can just observe the psychological response that comes when you focus on a body part. So that is understanding the psychosomatic relationship between a part of the body and the state of mind that is associated, and the aspects of your psychology that is associated with that part of the body. Right. So now there are two aspects to it. One is awareness, that we are aware of the reality, the psychosomatic relationship with respect to every part of the body. Then we want to transform. Suppose if we want to transform, right? So how do we do that? Now, when we are aware of a certain negative state of mind or an undesirable state of mind connected, or an attitude connected with a certain body part, what we can do is a combination of breathing and auto-suggestion. We can do that. They use this technique in what is popularly called as Yoga Nidra. In Yoga Nidra, they use this. This is the basic. This is nothing but a concept of Upasana. So we have two tools for transforming any situation, either outside situation or inner situation. Traditionally, there are two tools, karma and upasana. Right? So karma is basically you are doing certain actions with your body and with certain things, and you are hoping for a certain result to manifest. For example, let us say you have let us say you have a belly. So you want to reduce your belly. So what do? That you do all these core exercises and stomach crunches and all those things and diet, etc. And then all these are karma. So it's working that way. Now, upasana would be also visualizing yourself without a belly. For example, you visualize yourself, you see yourself as fit with the six packs or whatever, and then you feel yourself like that, literally. When you do that, what happens? That is psychological. Working with the mind alone is called upasana. Working with the body and with things is karma. So karma, upasana. And there is another dimension in the mind which is called jnana. So we have dealt with that enough. The viveka is probably, for example, when we understand the difference between the field of consciousness and I am aware of the field of consciousness. See, when I feel a body part, there is a response to that body part. So that, and there is a certain kind of awareness and a certain attitude, emotions. So that is the consciousness aspect connected with that body part. So this consciousness aspect keeps changing based on my focus. And that is me, the quality of aware. I am aware that this, I am aware of this entire consciousness operation. I am aware that there is a shifting of attention, and then there is experience of different aspects of different thoughts and different qualities and different aspects of the mind that are experienced. So this is all the field, and I know that this is happening. I also see myself as the experiencer of this field. I am aware that I am experiencing this, right? So this awareness that is common across all the states of the mind. The basic quality or the state of being that is also aware, self-aware. So that is awareness, which is not changing. It is constant all the time. And then the consciousness in the field, the content of the field of experience is constantly changing. So the difference between the content of the field of experience, the difference between the field of experience and the pure awareness in which this field of experience happens. I am not saying the experiencer, because the feeling of being experiencer is also part of the field, because the quality of being an experiencer constantly changes. You say, I am happy, I am sad, I am I am disturbed, I am concentrated. All the different sense of being an experiencer, it keeps on changing, right? So the experiencer is also field of the whatever you are experiencing, the process of experiencing and the experiencer. All these three belong to consciousness. And then the awareness is beyond the experiencer. So understanding the difference between awareness and the individuality operating in the consciousness, in the field of consciousness, it's called the viveka between Purusha and Buddhi. We have discussed that. So that is jnana. Okay, so that comes under jnana. So now Upasana is basically sustaining with our willpower, a certain attitude towards something, or projecting a certain attitude over what is already there. For example, you have a knee pain. You become aware of the knees, and immediately all your awareness of, let us say, the weakness there or the pain or the stress there, you are aware of that. Just stay with that, completely accept that. Start appreciating the fact that there is a knee. Even though that knee may be having a problem, there is a knee. I am blessed to have this knee, and this knee has served me very well for so long. And then as you appreciate the knee, start projecting positive things about the knee. You visualize this, this knee is very strong, this is able to be this is very flexible. So first, there are two aspects, basically flexibility, endurance, and resilience. So these are all the different aspects that is around a joint. Basically, you need in a joint. So visualize the knee to be very resilient, very flexible, one quality at a time. Take up one quality at a time, and use words to say that, you can mentally, you can even write it down. You can just feel your knee, take a paper, and this is called, you can create your own auto suggestions. You don't have to wait for a guided meditation video of somebody coming and telling you, what you should suggest to each part of the body. If we understand the logic, we can create our own meditations. In the sense, our own self-healing meditation. It is basically a logic. So if you know this logic, in fact, you can even create a course and sell the course. It's very simple. The Upasana is the basic logic. So how we use the power of auto-suggestion and intentional visualization and superimposing that visualization upon an existing reality. So the existing reality is a weak knee. Now there is a knee, you appreciate that, and then you feel yourself having the perfect knees, the knees that are flexible, that are resilient, that are strong, and then, free from stress and very healthy. All the positive affirmations you can think about the knee, you think about that. And then just feel your knee and say, oh, this knee is positive. And this all these positive things on the knee, oh, this knee is very flexible, this is healthy. My knees are healthy. My knees are, oh, this knee is so flexible, and it is feels so harmonious. It feels capable that this knee can have the strength and the resilience to perform any kind of exercises and running, or I am seeing myself climbing mountains and this knee is able to carry me through a, Kailash Yatra, any kind of thing, all the favorite things that you would like to do with the knee, see that the knee is absolutely capable of doing that. So similarly, every body part, feel the body part, appreciate the fact that you have that body part, and mentally live the reality that you would like to experience. You live like how Bharadiyar said, Ananda Sudhandaram Adandu Vittam. We already got the freedom, he said. So like that, you live the reality that you would like to experience with respect to a certain aspect of your body. You feel that you are strong. For example, if you are having some asthma issues or something, you feel yourself in the situation where usually your asthma attack gets triggered. You feel yourself in that situation. And feel yourself breathing very well. The moment you visualize that situation where you get generally an asthma attack gets triggered, immediately from your memory, you will have all kinds of, you will get that fear or that projection. You just observe that. Observe all your natural reactions. The moment you feel that situation, you might even feel a mild restriction on your breath. You can feel like a very mild symptoms of that attack or whatever is coming. Then you'll say, oh, I'm feeling uncomfortable, and you come out of that. No. Immediately rush for your inhaler. No. You are not in the situation. We are going to visualize. You see, first you see that you have, I have lungs, my breathing is very good. My breathing is very good across all situations. Slowly grow from a normal situation into a difficult situation. Okay, I am in my room. The room is clean. I'm breathing very well. There is, I can feel the satisfaction of every breath, the ease of breathing. My lungs are expanding and contracting. It's wonderful. I just enjoy the breathing process, appreciate it. And then you say that this breathing is going to be like this. I will be able to breathe like this. My breathing is going to be perfect. My breathing is perfect. My breathing mechanism is capable of taking on any situation. My lungs are resilient, like that, and my breathing process is immune from external attack. My breathing process is harmonious and resilient and healthy. Like that, you tell yourself and you build up that confidence. You will feel good about it. Suddenly, a certain kind of a feel good will awaken inside with respect to your lungs and your breathing. So with that, you mentally go into that situation where you used to get an asthmatic attack. Go there. Just ignore your natural responses and just start verbally telling, oh, I feel confident I can face this situation. My lungs are okay. My lungs are relaxed. My breathing is relaxed. I am not afraid of the situation. This situation is like any other situation. I can handle this. There are so many people. I can handle the situation like my lungs are, like any healthy person. And then slowly my lungs are healthy. My breathing process is resilient. I'm able to breathe well. Just see in the situation. And then when you keep on, I'm just giving you an example. You don't have to use the same words. So when you visualize yourself in the situation, allow your words to come. Spend time, once in a while, you project into yourself in that situation and just keep telling positive attitudes and words. And slowly you will arrive at a key sentence that makes a difference. There will be a bunch of key words that make a difference. You will arrive at it. So only if you sit and spend time with it, of a positive projection of yourself in a situation, projecting a positive reality on a usually challenging situation. Projecting a positive reality on a usually challenging situation. When you start doing that practice, you will feel you arrived at the right words. Once you arrive at the right word, you will feel like a synchronicity, it's like a resonance. You will feel like an expansion, like something is clicking. You will feel like that. When you feel that, write those words down, right? So those become your affirmation, your transforming affirmation for that situation. So you write that down, and then you look at those words a few times, and then go back into that and repeat those words. go into that situation and repeat those words. Ignore the natural responses coming from inside. Completely ignore. Just focus on where you want to be. Just focus on how you would like to be and use those words and keep repeating that. And then take a deep breath and you live and you see that this is happening. You live that situation. Like, suppose if you want to be rich, how you want to be rich, you live that situation. This is Upasana. Upasana is a fantastic spiritual secret. So meditation comes under Upasana, actually speaking. So when we want to use the power of our ability to meditate, in order to influence our present or in order to influence our future in a positive way, and in order to learn and adapt ourselves to be in a certain way in an inevitable situation. So how situations affect us and how we can affect the flow of situations in our life, the flow of life with respect to us, our personal flow of life. And also, in fact, we can, if you visualize, you can even visualize for others. If there are somebody who is not able to do for themselves, you can visualize for them in a positive way, and it will work. They will start moving in the direction. You can see signs that they are starting to move in the direction. So this is the power of Upasana. So Upasana is basically a kind of a mental tapasya. We would have heard many times about, there is this interesting talk that what if we are all in a simulation? Elon Musk keeps telling that we are all inside a simulation, like in Matrix. So like that, this is actually speaking, this is Ishvara's simulation. This is it is a kind of a cosmic mind's projection. And the cosmic mind visualizes and sustains the laws of nature. And within that, we are all, it's like something like your mind creates a dream, and in the dream, you are a character, right? Something like this. So that's what is our reality. So even the Lord is doing Upasana in order to keep the laws of the physics and laws of the universe intact. All the planets that are going around is because the Lord is doing tapasya. That's what Upanishad says. He did tapasya and brought forth the world. Brahma did tapasya. Brahmaji did tapasya to bring forth the world. That's what it says. So the conscious projection and sustaining a certain conscious projection of the mind with respect to a situation in your body or in your life, superimposing that situation on a projection and mentally living that reality will manifest that reality in the objective universe, where it will start sustaining itself. You don't have to sustain it. Initially, to project it, you are sustaining it in your mind. And then when it has gained enough momentum and the imprint of your consciousness, it will start manifesting and the universe will start responding with the situation. First things you can observe to get the confidence, first thing is we can try it on our body. Then we can try it on our response to different situations of life. They say auto-suggestion. Before a speech, they say, I am confident. I am able to attract all the attention of the audience. I'm able to keep everybody together. They use this in hypnosis. So similar, the same thing. That is what this is nothing but Upasana. This is called the technique of Upasana, the basic idea of Upasana. We can use it for therapy. We can use it for reorienting our attitude. We can use it for reorienting the way in which our psychosomatic responses behave in a certain situation. We can do anything. We can create our reality in the objective world with this power called Upasana. And of course, there are a few things that are useful. Like, for example, there are certain sounds that are associated with certain qualities. There are colors that are associated with some qualities. There are objects that are associated with some qualities. So if I want to manifest a quality, we can amplify the projection, the effect of the projection in our mind. We can amplify when it is accompanied by a corresponding object which is already there in reality. It's called resonance. Because this entire universe is made of three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and the panchabhutas. So For example, a simple principle, they say, if you want to manifest your desire, if you want to meditate to manifest your desire, sit on a red cloth. Because desire and manifestation of desire is connected with Rajoguna. Rajoguna's color is red. So they say, sit on a red cloth. They say sometimes, there are even minor details. If you sit on a woolen cloth, this is the effect. If you sit on a silk cloth, this is the effect, like that. So there are certain laws in this universe, so this connect to that. So this is basically the idea behind magic, where when we use an object which is already there in the outside reality, that resonates with a kind of upasana. I'm using this word again and again because this is the tech we are using. The inner tech that we are using is called upasana. That's a key word. So whatever is the upasana we are doing, if you associate external object with that upasana, you are imprinting that projection with more prana, and you are creating a relationship between your personal projection and the universal rhythm that is there, which is in resonance with your personal projection. Right? So I am projecting, that is my creation, Jiva Srishti we say. And then I am using an object or a color or a quality that is out there along with that. So that creates a certain resonance with the principles in the universe that are responsible for manifesting this projection. Those principles in the universe that are connected with the subject and the quality of my projection, what is already there in the universe, these both are connected. Then what happens when it is already connected in the universe? I am tapping the universal prana or the life force, the universal life force I am tapping in order to empower my projection. Understand? So we are empowering our projection with the help of universal life force, and it creates a certain resonance, and then it starts manifesting in our everyday life. This is the fundamental aspect of magic, nothing else. So when we say magic, it's nice because we all know post the Harry Potter times, so we can feel. And this is what we do in Vaidika Upasana, in Tantrika Upasana, in all the mandrigam and rituals and all the different kinds of prayaschittam. Whatever we do is basically nothing but we are exploiting the idea between a projection and the relationship between the quality of the projection and the quality of the objects associated with that projection, which is already there. And I am empowering my projection with the prana and the qualities and the rhythms from the universe in order to make it a manifest reality. So this is the basic idea. So use this idea and sit and spend time with the ability and develop the ability to do upasana. Like how I always say, the meditation muscle. So we will have to develop the upasana muscle. It's the ability of the mind to create inner reality, project it on an existing objective reality, and sustain that projection for a certain period of time, and reinforce that projection with the required ingredients from the external world, and sustain that combination, leave it. And then finish the session with a sense of gratitude and leave it. Keep repeating that. So when you do that, you will see things start changing with respect to that aspect of life. And this is something like how we do a fitness routine in the body. Similarly, we are using, this is called using the psychic force to arrive at a fit life situations for health, for inner harmony between, when we say inner harmony, it is the harmony between the body and the emotions, the body and the urges, the emotions, the thoughts and attitude. All these are aligned in one way. That is basically, that is the state of inner harmony or the state of yoga, or in a technical word, it's called Yukta Chetasa. Yukta Chetasa means the body, mind, emotions, urges, all attitude, everything is aligned. So in every part of the body, when we feel, what we did in the last class, the same meditation, feel a part of the body, feel the natural responses that come from your mind when the attention is placed on the part of the body. Accept the natural responses completely. Don't rebel against them. Become aware of how you would like it to be. And start projecting that. Start living that as though it is real. Start living that reality. See yourself doing, visualize yourself doing things with that part of the body as though that part of the body would be perfect. If that part of the body is perfect, what you would do? Project all that. But before projecting, it is important to accept what is already there. Awareness and complete acceptance of the current reality, and wait for all the conflicts to cease. Become aware whether you are of your response to that reality. I am happy with it, I am not happy with it. Right? Like that. So first, the part of the body, the natural responses that come from the mind, and my attitude towards the natural responses. Am I comfortable with that or not comfortable with that? And then what comes, what I would like it to be. So before projecting, we must already be okay with the reality that is already in our hands. And after that, I am able to have a kind of an objectivity about my own projections and my own responses to the actual reality. Then I tune to what I would like it to be, and then I'll start the Upasana or projecting the reality that I would like to live. I start mentally living that reality in every detail. The key is in the detail. We have to live that reality in a lot of detail and sustain that and live. So once you get used to that Upasana or the projection or the living the mental reality process, when you are used to the mental aspect of the Upasana, then you can slowly add external components. If I want to use, I'll give a few tips. If you want to bring peace and calmness and harmony in a situation, you can use spatika. You can just, you can just keep one crystal, spatika crystal in your hand. If you want more emotional belongingness and love between people, you can hold a pink, the rose quartz crystal. You can, if I want a certain sense of freedom, you can do by the side of a beach. If I want better awareness and understanding in a situation, I can use a yellow color cloth. If I want like that, you can have different qualities. If I want to assert myself in a situation, use a red color cloth. And also the swara counts, when I want to do all assertive things, I do that Upasana when my breath is on the right side. When I want to do all passive, understanding, accommodating, these kind of things, I do that Upasana when my breath is in my left nostril. So like this, we use a lot of rhythms that are available in life to reinforce the power of my Upasana. So that's how it is. First comes accepting, next comes practicing the projection and the Upasana, mental aspect of the Upasana, and third is including the ingredients. Because the ingredients, when they come, so they do two things. One, they help you to get an attitude. They say, if I want to if I want to feel very serene and all that, I dress in white color, and then I go to a place, I dress in a khadi white or something, or I dress in a dhoti and a white kurta and with vibhuti and rudraksha and everything. Immediately it gives me an attitude, correct? So if I tuck in and I wear a nice suit, it gives me an attitude. So similarly, you can use this ingredients to get an attitude, and then you can use those ingredients also to reinforce the attitude that you have created. Both ways it will help. So please play with this, experiment with this, and let me know if you have any questions regarding what we discussed today. You may ask, and I will wait. Anything that you don't understand?
Sir, one small suggestion. Like you were telling, using yellow cloth, red cloth, spatika, like that. Shall we use music what we like, not Western, some devotional, is only instrumental to keep the meditation intact, like that Upasana tactics?
Yes, yes. Suppose if you are doing if you are doing a certain upasana to manifest, can you give me an example of what you have exactly in mind? Then I will be able to, if it is allowed, if you feel comfortable with that.
That like that, how to name it by Raja Ilayaraja sir music, we can listen in the headphone or in the mic like that separately.
Yes,
have
for what?
More power.
For what? For what?
For doing the what?
For what meditation? So the quality of the the quality of the music should also relate to the kind of meditation that you're doing. So if you are already aware of the connection, for example, you say, every time I hear that, how to name it, this is the kind of, this is the state of emotion that brings forth in me. Okay. So whatever this how to name it music, the emotional state it is bringing forth in you naturally without any of this upasana concept. If that matches the track of your upasana, then you can use it. So that's the logic.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. But do not use music if you are going to develop an understanding. See, there are two aspects I told you. That is, first comes understanding how I am with respect to this situation. Right? Understanding our psychic reality in a body situation or in a life situation. So when I want to understand my psychic reality, I have to be in complete silence and observe. Right? I have to place my mind on that body part or on that situation and observe what comes. Maybe if it is a life situation, you can use certain sounds or scenes that help you to remember that situation. Once that comes up in mind, then you watch your inner responses. But don't use an external aid like a music to create an attitude before you understand your inner responses. After spending enough time to understand my natural responses, then we can, in order to create a alternative reality, we can use props. Yes. But first, for understanding, it's always silence or just a very mild stimulus to help you. Probably a smell that reminds you of the place, or some photos that remind you. Just see that photos. You listen to that music or something. And then there is some kind of a song. Somebody whom is very close to you sings that song very nicely, and when you listen to the song, you remember that person. So if you want to work with your attitude, suppose there is if you want to reorient your attitude towards a memory, you bring up that. You can use that prop to bring up that memory, and once the memory is there, you can leave it. You stop it and work with your attitude. And then we can reorient our attitude towards the memory, because memory is not going to go, but we can always reorient our attitude towards the memory, and then that will change how the memory is affecting us. So like this, we understand the logic of the relationship between things, the relationship between our emotions and things, then the relationship between our attitude and the emotions, whether I am comfortable with this emotion or not comfortable with this emotion. Then I am working with the field of understanding. Is my understanding correct or not correct with respect to an objective standard, with respect to dharma, with respect to the way things are. Right? So like this, we have to bring these three components: knowledge, which is both as a conceptual knowledge and observational experiential knowledge, and the quality of consciousness, of ability to be aware of that zone of consciousness, of experience. So sustain your ability to be aware of that zone of experience, and then learning to reorient and projecting a certain kind of consciousness on that realm. That's how it goes. So once you get that, then we can use extra ingredients to reinforce projection. So kindly use this logic, and maybe we will do a small recap of being aware of this body and finish the session. If anybody else has a question, I can answer and then proceed. 10 seconds. Okay. So maybe if you want to loosen up your legs a little bit or stand up. And then you can sit down. See how you feel in your legs. If you need to loosen up, please do that. If you're able to sit comfortably, sit comfortably. If you want to stand up straight, you can stand up straight. One of these two. All right? Position, whatever it is, sitting or standing. And inhale and lift your arms up. Inhale deep and exhale, bring your arms down. Full exhale, complete exhale. One more. Inhale, arms up. And gradual exhale, complete exhale, arms down. Again, inhale, arms up. Gradual exhale, arms down. Keep your hands down, relax. Feel your body from your feet upwards. Feel your feet, ankles, calf muscles, thigh, knees, thighs, hips, your genitals, your anus, perineum. Then come up to the hips, abdomen. A gentle scan, upper abdomen, chest, shoulders, hands, shoulders, neck, face, head, back of the head, top of the head, forehead. Now your entire sense I am in the body. Just feel your entire body and just say me, I, Nan. And see how that sense of I reflects in the body. How the body, the entire body, the presence of this body is connected to your sense of I am. Just feel that and stay with that. Complete acceptance of the most natural attitude that comes forth when you see yourself in the body. If you tend to drift off, just gently move your body a little bit to become more conscious so that you are aware of the body and your sense of self, I am. No, this is me. When you say me, just try to feel that sense of I am that comes up when you connect to this body. You can even touch your chest and say, Nan, I am. And see how that sense of I amness spreads all over the body. Take a deep inhale. Gradual exhale and do a controlled breathing. Breathing is a sign of life. And when you do a controlled breathing, just see how you are having a sense of control over your fact of being alive. The fact of you being alive and you are having a control over that, when you are controlling and breathing consciously. Feel that control. And you can project an attitude of confidence. I have everything under control and I am capable of directing my life the way I want, the way I consider is correct. I have complete capability to do what is right. No? When you experience your control over the breath, at the inhaling gradually, deep inhale and sustain that internal retention with that expansion. While you hold the expansion, you see how you are able to hold all the situations in your life with your willpower and gradually let go, feel the control, how you are able to let your life flow in harmony and in the right direction with complete consciousness, awareness, and control in every situation of life. You can have this attitude and breathe a few times. Sustain this attitude of awareness and control over your entire life, the fact of your life, your relationship with different situations. If you find some situation difficult for you, feel your awareness and control in that situation and feel everything is flowing in the right way. Everything is in place while you are sustaining this controlled deep breathing. After you inhale, feel the control and gradually let go. So this is a specific technique we have. Any difficult situation you feel, think of that situation. First, sit and breathe with control. Inhale, hold, gradual exhale, feel the control over the breath and see that this is your control over the life. And from there, you project yourself in that situation and feel yourself being in control and full awareness and understanding and control of the situation, and you are able to channelize everything in a harmonious way in that situation. Just leave that while you are sustaining the continuous control over the breathing process. Do that for 5 minutes and leave it. And then see how you feel when you go in that situation. What comes forth from you naturally when you face that situation again. And then you let me know. So this is a very specific technique where we are using the Upasana concept. And this is a small hack that we can use in different situations. Like that, we can create meditations for any situation based on the concept that we learned today. So try it, experiment with it, play with it. So let's see how it goes. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vatishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat. Yeah, thank you.